today I did legs. I did it with my friend, and we did more of a cardio slash, like, not heavyweight stuff, more like we did box jumps, and then we did leg like step ups, weighted leg step ups. It's a different workout than I do. I just wanted to join him, and we did more stuff like that. But while I was doing that, I used more energy than I usually do for more weight. So like high weight, I do PCR, and then whenever I did this kind of workout, I needed more energy because we did more reps, a lot more reps, and a lot more sets. So my anabolic system could not keep up. So I had to go from glycolysis, going from crabs and going to ETC, to just the glycolysis and the result of the pyruvate. I had to take it to lactate, and it went core cycle, and just kept going, and was my main source of energy. So I like that workout. Lose a lot more energy, a little more sore. But what I really wanted to talk about was I saw cadets. It was a little bit too big, then I questioned it. So we're talking about steroids. Steroids is a direct interactive to the DNA directly, and it goes into the cells. It's like lipid-like, so it can go into the cell easily, and then into the DNA, which activates Pol-2, which is like a zipper, takes the DNA strands and separates them to the RNA, and with using the ribosomes, it writes new DNA, and that's what steroids do. So yeah, don't do steroids. Today I did chest and triceps. Mostly did bench, incline dumbbell, and then I did switched it up a little bit and did a lot of tricep workouts this time. I did tricep pull downs, dips, which helped my lower pecs, and then also my triceps a lot. I did weighted dips. Not too good at those, but tried it out today. And then I went back to chest. I hit a little bit of just like chest flies and stuff, just so I can chest recovery after the triceps. What I'm talking about today, how it relates to class, is just how my heart transported oxygenated blood to my muscles. How it works, this goes in the inferior and superior vena cava through my right atrium. 70% flows into the right ventricle, then 30% gets actually pushed through to the SA node, and gets pushed all the way through, and then from the from the AV node, it goes through the dead layer cells to the bundle of His, gets pushed down to the apex, then the Purkinje fibers are used and shot, gives a signal upwards, where it can go towards the pulmonary artery to the lungs. From the lungs, the gas exchange happens. O2 goes out of the blood and oxygen goes into the blood, and then goes back through the pulmonary vein. It goes from the left atrium all the way to the right atrium, or left ventricle. Same way, 70% goes in and 30% gets pushed in from the SA node to the AV node. Then gets pushed up to the aorta. It goes through the aorta to arteries, to the arterioles, all the way to the capillaries. And this is where the blood actually gets into the muscles. O2 comes out, oxygen goes in, then goes to the venules, to the veins, and then back through the same process. So that's about it. Thank you. Today I did back and bi. I did lat pull downs, single lat pulls, and I did bicep workouts. I did curls. I used the rope today. Used those curls. Got really the squeeze like that. And today I'm going to talk about the stroke volume. It's really dependent on three things: either preload, afterload, and then you have the contractibility. You have preload, it's the greater the stretch, the greater the squeeze, how much room you had to actually have blood through and actually squeeze through it. The afterload, it's basically the back pressure of the aorta, and then you have the contractibility, basically the strength of contraction, which really just increases. Contractibility was high, so it increased my fight and flight thing, which goes my sympathetic system and my heart rate, which increases with using EPSP. It just gets the heart going. So any of those things increases the cardiac output, which is Q. So that's what happened today. Had a related class, and so contractibility was high, which helps increase my cardiac output. Thanks. Today I had legs. I did squats and did deadlifts, 4 sets of 10 on both, and I did leg curls and leg extensions, 4 sets of 10 on that. How it went to my class, I used the glycolysis. Glycolysis went through the whole process and gave me my pyruvate and my ATP, and it went back into Krebs cycle, losing the 1 carbon to breathing, going through that whole process and getting the 1 ATP and an NADH and FADH, and going through the electron transport chain, oxidative phosphorylation, that getting more ATP out of that. And during the workout, I received a rightward shift in the oxidative hemoglobin curve. During my workout, when I was working more on my muscles, I was creating carbon dioxide in my body, creating heat, and my body went to the right because the pH levels went up. Today I played ultimate frisbee. I ran a little bit under 5 miles. I would say this relates to the class by my VO2 max being around 85 milliliters per second or per minute. I use a lot of my carbohydrates, which is the number 1 fatigue for athletes, like running out of that. And then also relating to my cardiac output, I needed blood going through faster and faster because I was going, and so my heart rate was increasing, which was increasing my cardiac output. And then I also would say I was going through a rightward shift in my exohemoglobin curve, creating carbon dioxide and needing to recover because I kept running in more than multiple points. Yeah. Today I did chest, triceps. I really focused on bench today. I also followed up with incline dumbbell, and then I did bench flies with dumbbells laying down. Then triceps, I did tricep pull downs, and I did some skull crushers, about 4 sets of 10 for those. And recently I've been learning how our diaphragm works and how we breathe during exercise. And how we know we're breathing is just basically the change of pressure of our lung, of the air coming out. The amount of air comes out of our mouth, around 103 mmHg, in our lungs, about 190 mmHg. And how our diaphragm works is that it contracts down and buckles up. And knowing that, so basically when our diaphragm contracts, the pressure in our lungs decreases, and the pressure and the volume increases when the air is coming out. So I was really focusing on breathing in and out, the right sets, getting coming out like that. And that's how I was doing bench and controlling my air, and that's how I really started class today. Today I did back and biceps. For back, I did barbell rows, and then I also did single arm lat pull down on my machine, and then I did lat pull single arm also. For biceps, I did just curls. I did preacher curls also, but I did 4 sets of 10 on each of those. And so how this relates to our class, I'm going to be talking about our pH level and how we create acid in our bodies. Basically, for the oxygen hemoglobin curve, we are doing a right shift during exercise, creating carbon dioxide and also hydrogen ions. And creating this, while hydrogen ions increase, our pH level decreases. And we're creating acid, and the sources of acid that we are creating come from three things. Right now, I'm discussing the carbonic, which is one, which is from our carbon dioxide being made, which is not good for our body. And then I'm talking about our lactate. Lactate is also an acid, which also is created when we go through glycolysis and we need more energy. We create we use the pyruvate and put it into lactate, and it goes on and on and on, creating more acid. But for that going on, it's denaturing our hemoglobin and trying to get oxygen into our electron transport chain. Today I did legs. It was a PR day, so I was going for about 3:30 today. Today I was using, so the system I was working was PCR. It's one of the systems where I needed quick energy right there and then, and used that, and I waited about 3 or 4 minutes and then went for heavier and heavier today. Also, through my legs today needed blood, and so through the whole heart, going through the inferior and superior vena cava to the left atrium, left ventricle, all the way to the pulmonary artery, to the lungs, oxygen, getting carbon dioxide out, oxygen into that blood, going back to the pulmonary vein, through the left ventricle, left atrium, and then left ventricle, all the way to the aorta, and then going all the way through to my capillaries, where the oxidative blood was going into the muscles and carbon was coming out, oxygen was going in. And so that's how the blood was sent to my legs today, where I was trying to use them, and made my body notify that I need them through EPSP, depolarization, through my mind. So I used that day. Today I did chest and tri. I started out with bench. Next was incline dumbbell. Then I hit chest flies, and those are all about 3 to 4 sets of 10. And then I did triceps, which was tricep pull downs, and then I also did skull crushers. What I'm talking about today, how it relates to the class, is our hormones and how we get signaled, and actually how the cell gets signaled that we're exercising. And so I'm talking about one is the alternating membrane transport. How it works is the hormone, which it's more likely going to be insulin. It's going to get received by the receptors of the cell. Once it gets received, it activates PI3A, then activates GLUT4, which opens up the cell for glycolysis to come into the cell, and not blood anymore, to start that hormone can start initiating glycolysis. Today, I did back and biceps with a friend. We started with biceps. We did curls and doing 7s. Then we did preacher curls. Then we did hammer curls. It's all about 4 to 10 for each of them. Then we did we did back. We did lat pulls. Then we did lat pull down. And then we did rear delt workout, where we did on the pec flies. We just put it back and worked on our rear delts. But how this relates to our class is the muscle contraction. How our muscle contracts is through our sarcomere, and through the well diagram, the depolarization, or the EPSP of us working out, goes down the T-tubule, goes to our sarcomere and releases calcium. That calcium binds to troponin, which makes the tropomyosin move, where the myosin can actually grab onto actin. And so it actually contracts about 50%, and then the ATP binds that myosin head to be able to release, contract, reset, and actually full on move and contract our muscle.